Imagine a roast so succulent that it melts in your mouth, skin so crispy it crackles with every bite, flavors so rich they transport you straight to the heart of the Philippines. That's the magic of lechon. This isn't just any dish, it's a culinary masterpiece, an explosion of taste and texture. Picture the most tender, juicy pork you've ever had, encased in a deliciously crispy golden brown skin. But lechon is more than just a meal, it's a celebration. It's the centerpiece of any festive occasion in the Philippines, from birthdays to weddings, Christmas to New Year's. For Filipinos, lechon isn't just food, it's tradition, it's community, it's love. So let's embark on this gastronomic adventure together. Let's dive deep into the rich, vibrant culture of the Philippines. Let's uncover the secrets of this delectable dish and make its magic come alive right in your kitchen. Get ready to bring this Filipino feast to your table. Cooking a masterpiece begins with choosing the right ingredients. And today we're embarking on a gastronomic journey to create a Filipino culinary classic, the lechon. First on our shopping list is the star of the show, a whole pig. The pig is the canvas on which we'll paint our flavors. It should be fresh, of course, and the size depends on how many hungry mouths you're planning to feed. A small piglet will be perfect for a family gathering, while a larger pig will be needed for a grand fiesta. Next, we need lemongrass. This humble herb plays a vital role in our recipe. It's not just there for decoration, but it infuses the pig with a subtle citrusy flavor that complements the savoriness of the meat. Garlic is another key player in our lechon recipe. It brings a depth of flavor that permeates the meat, giving it a rich, robust taste. Then, we have onions. Onions are the unsung heroes of many dishes, and our lechon is no exception. They add a sweet, aromatic note that balances the other flavors beautifully. Peppercorn is up next. These tiny black gems are packed with a punch, adding a hint of heat and an earthy flavor to our dish. Of course, we can't forget salt. Salt is essential in bringing out the flavors of all the other ingredients. It's the conductor leading the flavor orchestra to a harmonious symphony of tastes. Finally, we have soy sauce. Soy sauce adds a umami flavor that rounds off the dish and gives the skin that beautiful, glossy mahogany finish. Each ingredient has been carefully selected to play its part in this symphony of flavors. Together, they will transform our humble pig into a feast fit for a king. With these ingredients, you're one step closer to a mouth-watering lechon. And remember, the secret to a great dish isn't just the ingredients, but the love and passion you put into preparing it. Now let's move on to the next step, prepping the lechon. Now the real artistry begins, prepping your lechon. Imagine a canvas, blank and ready to be filled with colors and patterns. That's your lechon at this stage, a culinary canvas waiting for your artistry. The first step is to clean it thoroughly. This is a crucial step as it ensures that your lechon will be as healthy and delicious as possible. Use a brush to scrub the skin and inside cavity, removing any residual hairs or dirt. Rinse it well with cold water and pat it dry. Now it's time to bring the flavor game on. Begin with a generous rub of sea salt and black pepper, both inside and out. This forms the first layer of flavor. Follow it up by squeezing fresh calamansi or lemon juice all over the pig. The acidity of the citrus not only adds a zesty tang, but also helps tenderize the meat. Next, let's talk stuffing. In the Philippines, we call it tambucho, and it's a fragrant mix of traditional herbs and spices. Start with lemongrass stalks, bruised to release their aromatic oils. Then add whole onions, crushed garlic, bay leaves, and whole black peppercorns. These ingredients come together to create an aromatic symphony that permeates the meat as it cooks. But wait, we're not done yet. Before we close up the belly, we add one final unique touch, a whole banana trunk. This not only aids in even cooking, but also imparts a subtle sweetness to the meat. Once everything's in, it's time to sew up the belly. Use a long, sturdy needle and kitchen twine for this. The goal is to keep all those wonderful flavors locked inside while the lechon roasts. And there we have it, a masterpiece in the making. The lechon, cleaned and stuffed, stands ready for the next step. Each ingredient playing its part, waiting to contribute to the symphony of flavors that is lechon. Your lechon is now ready to take on the heat. The secret to a perfect lechon lies in roasting it to perfection. Let's dive into the heart of this culinary journey, the roasting process. Roasting is an art in and of itself, a delicate dance between heat, time, and the magic ingredient, patience. The perfect lechon is a masterpiece of crispy, golden skin and tender, juicy meat, achieved by maintaining a consistent temperature and carefully monitoring the roasting process. The ideal temperature for roasting lechon is around 325 degrees Fahrenheit. At this temperature, the pig cooks evenly, ensuring that the meat stays juicy while the skin crisps up beautifully. But remember, each lechon is unique. Therefore, it's essential to keep a watchful eye on the temperature and make adjustments as needed. Roasting time is another critical factor to consider. Generally, it takes about 4 to 5 hours to roast a whole pig, depending on its size. A good rule of thumb is to allow approximately 1 hour of roasting time for every 10 pounds of pig. However, this is just a guideline, and the actual cooking time will depend on various factors such as the pig's size, the heat source, and the weather conditions. One of the hallmarks of a perfect lechon is the crispy skin. Achieving this coveted texture requires a meticulous process. The skin should be regularly basted with a mixture of soy sauce, vinegar, and spices. This not only gives the skin its distinctive flavor, but also aids in the crisping process. Every 30 minutes or so, it's essential to turn and baste the pig to ensure even cooking and browning. This is where our magic ingredient, patience, comes into play. It might be tempting to rush the process, but remember, good things come to those who wait. In the final hour of roasting, you'll want to increase the heat slightly to around 350 degrees Fahrenheit. This extra burst of heat will help to crisp up the skin, giving it that irresistible crunch. And there you have it, the art of roasting a lechon. It's a process that requires care, attention, and above all, patience. But when you finally pull that beautifully roasted pig from the fire, golden and glistening, with a skin that crackles at the slightest touch, you'll realize that all the effort was worth it. As the aroma of the roasted lechon fills the air, you'll feel a sense of satisfaction knowing that you've created something truly special. A feast that's more than just a meal, it's a celebration of tradition, a testament to the culinary heritage of the Philippines. Patience is key, but trust me, it's worth the wait. As we near the end of our culinary journey, it's time for those final touches. Knowing when your lechon is done is an art. You'll want to look for a rich golden brown skin, crackling to the touch. The aroma should be mouth-watering, hinting at the succulent feast inside. A meat thermometer can be a handy tool here. Insert it into the thickest part of the lechon, avoiding any bones. A reading of around 165 degrees Fahrenheit signifies that your lechon is perfectly cooked. Now, patience is crucial. Resting your lechon is an often overlooked step, but it's vital to achieving the juiciest results. As tempting as it may be to dig in immediately, give your lechon a good 20 to 30 minutes to rest after you take it out of the oven. This allows the juices to redistribute throughout the meat, ensuring every bite is as flavorful as the last. As the lechon rests, it's a fantastic opportunity to prepare your carving station. A sharp knife, a large fork, and a sturdy cutting board are your best friends here. Start by removing and setting aside the crisp skin. Then, carve the meat. Start at the shoulder, cutting downward. Try to get a mix of light and dark meat in every slice to provide a range of flavors for your guests. Remember, the goal is to showcase the beautiful, juicy meat, complemented by the crackling skin. To serve, arrange the carved meat on a platter, topped with the crispy skin. A little sprinkle of sea salt, a squeeze of fresh calamansi, or a drizzle of homemade lechon sauce can add an extra layer of flavor, making each bite a celebration of Filipino culinary tradition. And there you have it, a beautifully roasted lechon, ready to serve. Now comes the best part, serving and savoring your delicious lechon. One of the best things about lechon is how versatile it is. It can be the star of the show, the main course at a feast, or a tasty component in a variety of dishes. But no matter how you serve it, lechon is always a crowd pleaser. In the Philippines, lechon is traditionally paired with a variety of sumptuous sides. A favorite is steamed rice, a staple in Filipino cuisine that perfectly complements the rich, savory flavors of the lechon. Another popular accompaniment is achara, a pickled papaya dish that offers a tangy counterpoint to the lechon's robust taste. When it comes to presenting your lechon, you can go as simple or as elaborate as you want. You might choose to lay it out on a large platter, surrounded by vibrant greens and colorful fruits for a visually striking display. Or you might prefer to carve it up and serve it in smaller portions, allowing your guests to appreciate the succulent meat and crispy skin up close. Remember, the goal is not just to feed your guests, but to create an experience they'll remember. The secret to a memorable lechon feast lies not just in the cooking, but in the serving as well. So take a moment to appreciate your work, then dig in and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Bon appetit, or as they say in the Philippines, kainan na. Congratulations! You've just made your very own Lechon Filipino style. Isn't it a rewarding feeling to create something so delicious and traditional from scratch? You've taken raw ingredients and, with a little bit of time and love, transformed them into a mouth-watering feast, ready to be shared with friends and family. Now remember, cooking is an art form. It's about creativity, experimentation, and sometimes thinking outside the box. So why not take this recipe and make it your own? Perhaps you could add a new spice to the rub or try a different type of stuffing. The possibilities are as endless as your imagination. The joy of cooking is all about the journey, not just the destination. It's about the sizzle of the roast, the aroma wafting through your kitchen, the anticipation of that first bite. It's about exploring flavors, textures, and techniques, and discovering something new along the way. So we encourage you to keep experimenting, keep tasting, keep creating. Because who knows, you might just stumble upon your own signature dish. And when you do, we'd love to hear all about it. If you enjoyed this culinary adventure, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more delicious recipes from around the world. Until next time, happy cooking!